What's good? Welcome back to Roadman Collage. Today we're getting into something pretty wild, retrofuturism. Now, if you're wondering, what's even retrofuturism? It's basically this idea of how people back in the days like the 50s or 60s, ancient times, thought the future would look like. It's all about these space age vibes, shiny outfits, crazy materials, and sci-fi type stuff that is still low-key influencing fashion today. So yeah, let's talk about it. So let's talk about the designer who really put this whole retrofuturism vibe on the map. First up,
Toujours de la même façon traditionnelle, en se
this
servant
dude
du
was
même.
wild for the metallics. Back in the 60s, he was making dresses out of chainmail and plastic. Like, who even thinks of that? He was basically designing for a space age runway. Then you got Pierre Cardin, who was all about those futuristic shapes like sharp cuts, bubble dresses, the whole minimalist thing. He was doing this in the 60s and the 70s, way ahead of his time. Same goes for Andre Courget, who was out there designing stuff that looked straight out of a sci-fi movie. White go-go boots, mini skirts, and all these shiny materials. That's him. And don't forget Thierry Mugler. He took retrofuturism into the 90s with those big exaggerated shapes and metallic fits. He was giving us all that cyberpunk futuristic realness. And we got Lady Gaga too. Lady Gaga, remember the metallic dress of the Grammys? Pure retrofuturism. She brought that space age vibe, made it pop culture. Rihanna done it too. She rocked some futuristic looks at the Met Gala. They were definitely inspired by retrofuturistic fashion. So why does retrofuturism still matters? Honestly, it's just dope how people back in the days were imagining what the future could look like. Even though we're not walking around in space suits yet, those ideas are still pushing fashion forward. Designers are always looking for what is next. Retrofuturism kind of lets them mix the old with the new in some real creative ways. It's like fashion always evolving, but it's cool to see how much we keep going back to these futuristic vibes. I think as long as there is tech in the world, there's always going to be a place for this kind of style. Alright, that's it for today. Deep dive into retrofuturism. If you're feeling this futuristic vibe, go ahead and smash that button below. Hit subscribe, drop comment below. Would you rock some space age metallics, or that's not your style? Let me know. Until next time, stay fresh, stay fly, and keep pushing the limits of style. Peace.